7 Questions with Steve and Brad. 7 Questions with Steve and Brad.
It's another episode of 7 Questions with Steve and Brad.
7 questions. What's going on, Brad?
And we have a strapping fellow from Days of Our Lives with us today.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
You know him as Xander Kiriakis.
It's
more fun when you say it fast.
You got it right. Kiriakis.
Yes. Paul Telfer. Hey, buddy.
What's up, Paul? How are you?
Hey, guys. How you doing? I'm trying to match your energy. Oh, my goodness.
I know, it's a lot.
don't.
It's a lot.
Please don't.
We can settle in now. It's okay.
Please don't. Now we're okay. Now we don't have to be that way anymore.
Question number 1. First of all, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yes. What is your favorite birthday memory?
Two vying for they're essentially the same kind of memory, so I'll just smush them together.
Sure.
But I've always loved working on my birthday. Like, so long as I'm working on an acting set. Like, I'm not talking about like digging graves or whatever. Not just any job, but like,
Right.
digging
Digging graves on camera.
Yes.
On camera. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
That's
Right.
fine.
Sure.
Like Gravedigger 1, perfect.
Right.
But an actual
Right.
Gravedigger, not so much. So like because you as an actor, very often like getting a job is a gift. You're so excited to have one. So I love working on my birthday. So there's 2. I'll just get to the big one, which was I hadn't worked for a while. When I talked to you guys earlier, I was telling you about like after Hercules, I went a long period out of work, and my first real good job back after not working for a while was on NCIS. I got a recurring character on NCIS, did a few episodes, and all my scenes were with Mark Harmon, so like they weren't cutting me out, which is nice. And so my first real good day of shooting with Mark Harmon was on my birthday. I think I turned 30 on set.
Big one.
It was this really cool scene where I'm like, because I was playing this like big steroid scary monster dude, and I was all like, like tied up in the interrogation room, and I'm like all psycho and like out of my mind.
Oh,
And
wow,
it was
that's very
just awesome. Like, it was one of the coolest acting jobs, regardless, to have to be able to play like a crazy, Force Recon Marine. But then also the way they shot it, and just like, and then I was being all cool, not telling anybody it was my birthday, and then somehow the word got around, and Mark Harmon was like, "It's your birthday," and I was like, "Yeah," and he was happy, but it was just so they got everybody to sing, and so that was right up there.
That is awesome. How often do people comment on your accent?
Well, usually it's like, "You have an accent," and then I'm like, "So do you," but they don't seem to understand that. Well, it happened yesterday. I played my biannual golf game that I get dragooned into every now and then. Like,
Sure.
I can get around a golf course, but I'm not a golfer.
Well,
But
people are
every
like,
now and then I
you're
forget that.
Scottish. It's in your blood.
Yeah, you have to be able to.
Right.
It's
Right.
birthright. So I was playing golf yesterday, and it was a very slow game because the people in front of us were very slow. And so we got chatting to the people behind us, who were this lovely couple of older ladies. And on like hole 4 or 5, she finally worked up the gumption to be like, "Australia?" I was like, "No, actually,
No.
I'm from Scotland. I've been over here so long that I guess I sound Australian now." But
Oh, man, that's funny.
yeah, it happens all the time.
Yes.
Hey,
I don't know, it doesn't bother me though. It's a great conversation starter.
I would have
That's
guessed
true.
Australia too.
How much Paisley is in your wardrobe? After all, you were born in Paisley. And you said your dad was a textile salesman. Did he sell Paisley?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like he went through, like he never sold like specifically from any of the Paisley factories, because Paisley's it's very odd. Like it's actually an Indian design, but it became popularized through these factories and through these redistribution networks that were built up between Scotland and India, and then remaking it all. And so that's why Paisley became. Anyway, I have very little Paisley. It's not my. But when I was a kid, I remember wearing it all the time. I had Paisley shirts. I had Paisley braces. I think I had they weren't cords, but like chinos that had like a Paisley pattern on them. I don't
Did you just
remember
call
asking
suspenders
for it.
brace? Did you just call suspenders?
Braces, yeah, sorry,
Yeah, okay.
suspenders. Yeah, sorry. Thank goodness you're here to translate.
Yeah.
But,
I'm like, oh no, he had braces. What happened?
Paisley braces would be bizarre. I'm just...
Yeah, like, I don't remember ever asking for any of these Paisley items, but I sure got them.
Paul, do you collect anything?
I guess the closest thing, it's not. I kind of collect knives a little bit. Like not like I don't have a serious knife collection, but I do enjoy knives, and I'm not.
Are they for throwing?
Like pocket
Some of
knives or
them
cool
are.
knives? Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of
swords?
them. You can throw a couple of them. So I got a couple of swords. Like because
take-
it came from. I take them from the movie sets. You know, like I've got.
Did you
sword
take
from
the Hercules sword?
Do you have a broadsword?
Well, unfortunately, the Hercules sword sucked. It was like fiberglass because he didn't do a lot of sword fighting. But Hercules has a club, has a big, like, massive, club in the legend. But they wouldn't give me that because it was a very specific prop that I guess in their ridiculous imaginations they thought there might be a sequel, and so they were holding on to it. I was like, Sure. Anyway, it didn't work out. But I kept all my swords from and my costume from Spartacus, from this Alexander thing that I did. I've got these sweet curved swords, and
awesome.
So there was that. But I was always, even when I was a kid, I was always like kind of fascinated. I cut myself quite badly with my grandfather's army knife when I was about 6 years old, and it taught me a valuable lesson about respecting knives. But then I was also just like,
I like knives.
Fascinating. I need more.
What was your favorite childhood snack? Second part, was it haggis?
Well, haggis is no snack, so that's a meal. No, it was. I only got into haggis as an adult, and now I love it. But when I was a kid, I didn't like it at all. Well, it's pretty gruesome dish. Haggis.
Yes, it is.
And it's all about how it's prepared, and just like anything, there's bad haggis and good haggis. So I didn't get a lot of the good haggis until I was old enough.
I used to be in a band. I used to be in a band called Bad Haggis.
Oh, that's great. That's a great.
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
just as soon as you said it, I was like, "That's a great name for a band."
Yeah.
Bad Haggis.
I would follow you on Spotify or whatever.
Sammy
I'm Scottish, so like we used to. I mean, the crap we would eat. Like, I mean, I remember if you showed up to a Scottish person's house in the 80s, like the millisecond you stepped through the door, you would be given a steaming pot of tea, not just a cup of tea, a steaming pot of tea, and then there would be, at the very least, shortbread that had been, or tea biscuits that would have been buttered. So like not just the biscuit, but then they would butter the biscuit.
That sounds.
And if not that, then it would be buttered bread. It is. It's delicious. It's just that it will kill you. That's why Scotland has the highest heart disease in Europe. It's the #1 record we've held for a very long time.
But high rated in happiness, though, right?
Yeah, that's right.
They all die. They all die happy, buddy. It's all good.
Whiskey and buttered bread. Yes, please.
Exactly.
And then
so
some
probably
golf.
Be like buttered. Yeah, and then just some golf to burn off some of the excess calories.
Just a big circle. That's all.
Yeah.
Eat. Golf. Yeah.
It could be worse.
If your life had a gag reel, what is the one scene that would definitely be in it?
I mean, there's so much competition for that. I would say, well, I mean, it's embarrassing either way. So the very first acting job that I had was this terrible sitcom that was shot in Spain for Sky TV in the UK, which is like it was like satellite TV, so it's like a step below cable even at the time. And I had to shoot this scene where the audience thinks I'm a pilot for 3/4 of the show, and then at the end I'm revealed to be a stripper. What a twist.
A stripper in a pilot costume?
Basically, yeah.
Yes.
Like they see me in the pilot costume and they misconstrue it on this like sexy pilot, but no, I'm just a filthy stripper. But so the stripping scene was originally shot in Spain and was the most embarrassing thing I've ever had to do in my life. It was not a locked set. It was just a random public beach in Spain. People walking around all over the place. I'm quite a furry person. And I had never had to shave anything before. I'd had to have my chest shaved. And then upon inspection by the director or whatever, it was found that my arse was a little bit too hairy and that was going to have to get shaved as well.
Oh, no!
So right before we start shooting, I'm hustled into a bathroom where the very sweet, I think his name was Kenneth, like I still remember, so traumatized, I still remember. Very sweet makeup dude, Kenneth, covers my butt in shaving foam and then shaves my arse for me, like, so I can put on the assless chaps that I'm going to be wearing.
Oh, no.
I go out and do the thing. One of the main actors on the show, who was lovely, and I think he thought he was trying to help, but I guess he used to be a stripper, and he had all these, like, lived experiences that he wanted to share with me and, like, incorporate into my role. One of which was a poem that he used to say while he was stripping. And then he convinced the director to do it. So all of a sudden, like, I've got this poem I'm supposed to be saying, and all these people are looking at me, and I'm trying to, like, dance sexy but stupid. And I was just, like, wanting to die.
Paul, I'm sorry I asked that question.
All right. Now for your final question, a little bit lighter. Would you rather have unlimited sushi for life or unlimited tacos for life?
Unlimited sushi. Yeah. I mean, if you're in daytime, well, I don't know about you guys, but in my job, I have to take my shirt off every other week. Like, perfectly normal scene. I'll get the script in, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, it's not too many lines. I can learn that the night before. Oh, I need to work on that bit. Cool. Unfortunately, even at this stage, I still sometimes neglect to read the action lines with
the bold script,
the assiduousness that is required.
Yeah,
and so I sometimes miss when it says, like, Xander, fresh from shower, or Xander, out for a jog, or whatever it is. And it's like, now I have to, like, not eat carbs for 2 weeks, or whatever lead-in time that I have. So, yeah, the sushi, I would go for. So you can just eat the fish, and you can stay lean. And
sushi it is.
That's why I'm a character actor, because I would have chose tacos.
The taco!
Oh, trust me, he chooses tacos all the time.
I choose them all the time.
Paul Telfer, you're awesome, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, thanks, lads. That was great. Really
that was so
appreciate it.
fun, dude.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.